If I had been a leftist, Democrat, liberal, progressive, and I rioted during Trump's inauguration, or I rioted during any of the years that Donald Trump was in office, whether it was the Summer of Rage in 2020 with the Black Lives Matter riots, or any of the events during the Antifa riots, I would not be here today. I would not be facing jail time. And all of this would have been washed away in the legal system if it would have even made it that far. I never went into the Capitol. Now, do you think any of them will face what I face? Do you think any of them will have the scrutiny of the legal and justice system that I've had? Is this my country anymore? Is this the United States of America anymore? Is this the country we want to live in? When a prosecution, multiple U.S. attorneys, and a judge quote me saying 1776 and USA in a criminal offense? Is this the United States of America? Is this the constitutional republic? Is this what so many have fought and died for, including my own forefathers, my grandfathers?
So they're sending you to prison for a crime you did not commit. A crime they did not charge you with.
That's correct. I ended up facing one charge in this proceeding, and that was entering and remaining on restricted grounds. And without going too into the weeds in this, for obvious reasons, find me one other person in my situation that's facing those charges. You can't. So what am I left to assume? I'm being targeted. What else am I left to assume when I'm the only one that is having this result? And what's interesting, and we can, whenever you want to, Tim, I mean, we can dig into this sentencing document, but when you go back and we're trying to get the transcription of today's court events to be expedited because there was no cameras or recordings allowed in the courtroom. So there's a lot of stuff in there that I think is going to wow the people. So we're trying to get the transcription of those proceedings published as quickly as possible, because what you find out is that the government is trying to have their cake and eat it too. They're trying to argue that this is not a free speech case. That is their argument, that this is not a free speech case. And yet, at every point in their presentation today, their argument was based off of something that I said. There are 4 different sections in the sentencing memo, 4 different headliners. Every single one of them is based off of my speech. But as far as what's next, we do plan to appeal. There's still some questions as far as, we're assuming that we're going to be able to appeal. It'd be like almost as shocking as the incarceration, almost as shocking as the sentence if they didn't let me appeal. But I mean, at this point, who knows? Right. They may deny the appeal. And I will also tell you that we believe that this is an important enough case to make it to the Supreme Court. And maybe that's where we prefer this case ends up, is at the Supreme Court, because we believe it is that big of a free speech issue. For the time being, and my lawyer let the court today know that we plan to appeal, and so at least for the time being, even though I think the government was kind of biting their cheek, they are going to allow me to not be incarcerated and remain under my strict probation during the appeals process, the same probation I've been under. Now, again, this could all change, like the wind could change directions, right? And so when that happens, they'll set a date that I have to turn myself in, and the rest we'll learn from there.
I was named after Rick Rescorla.